I've just started working on a new product idea. How do I set OKRs without baselines? And this is an interesting one. This is not necessarily a quarter kickoff topic, but I wanted to talk about this because it comes up so frequently. As in, people are doing something new. We have a new initiative, a new product. We don't have any baselines. What we mean by baselines here is, so I've got the wrong notes up on my screen here. Let's pull the notes. What we mean, what we mean by baselines is there's no current usage of a new product. I don't have a conversion rate. I don't have a new sales rate. I don't have a revenue number. I don't have anything because I haven't built the product yet. I don't have any customers on there. What you do is you think about, why are you doing this product? You're doing something new. What are you doing? What do you really want to achieve? What does success look like for you at the end of the quarter? Now, common types of key results for this, like you want to be clear about what you're trying to do, because if you act as if this is an ongoing process and you're just improving these numbers, it's not going to make any sense to people. Some people like to say, let's run a certain number of tests, let's run them, let's do these activities. There's a slight weakness in that when you talk about we're going to set up, create an MVP. Well, what's a good MVP mean? Shouldn't we talk about the definition of a successful MVP in our key results here? So here's a couple of ideas that I think are quite useful if you're in that space of doing innovation, having a new product, a new idea. You can talk about identifying the top X reasons for customers to be choosing a competitor's product, or be dissatisfied with a competitor's product, or to not use your product, like not use a product in this space. Like, why are people choosing not to use a product? Now, why are you doing this? This is kind of customer discovery. It's about customer research. You want your team, your organization to learn about the market, about the customers, about why they're not doing something that you think, by learning this, you can then figure out how you get them to buy your product, right? As an example, if you are in let's suppose we have a YouTube here has this streaming function, and so does LinkedIn. Why is it that so many people who could be doing like live streaming are not doing live streaming? And we're going to ask that question, why are they not doing this, right? And as you discover why they're not doing this, maybe you discover, for example, by talking to a whole bunch of people who run small businesses, who like individual consultants like me, who could be using live streaming, as I am now, you find out that, well, the reason is because I can't choose whether to stream on LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or where I should be streaming, and it's complicated, right? Okay, now I've learned this. If I wanted to solve that problem, I can then come up with some solutions that will help solve that problem, right? And that's what the company that I'm using here. I'm using a thing called Restream. There's another one called StreamYard. There's a whole bunch of things that really help you connect to all these different places to live stream. But I literally just I connected up to my accounts. I'm pointing up here because on my screen it's up there. But basically, I connect to my accounts on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and then literally I just press schedule something, put a sign up, and then I press go, and it's recording me, and I'm sharing my screen just like a Zoom call, but it's going out live, and it's amazing. So these guys have discovered that there's a problem. Now, I'm sort of going off on a bit of a tangent here because we were talking about OKRs, but if you've got a new product idea without baselines, focus on the thing that you're trying to solve for the thing that you're trying to learn about your customers. For example, identify the top 3 reasons people are not doing the thing that I want my product to do, right? The thing that I'm not able to solve the problem that I believe that they have. You could also say, have a milestone. Like, customers can, if they were doing this kind of live streaming things, customers can live stream a video to at least one social platform, right? That would be a good first version of this product. If you knew what product you're building, let's have a customer facing milestone. Why is it important to have a customer facing milestone? Because by talking about the customer, you get people focused on the things that matter for the customer, as opposed to doing something like I set up an RTMP streaming platform that connects to an API, right? That kind of thing is very technical, but it doesn't really tell me from a customer perspective what do I need. When I talk about the customer perspective, I kind of cover a broader range of things, and I'm making sure it has impact on the customer, and I get my team thinking about customers and creating customer value. You might have something like, we know that there's performance issues between competition and the thing that we're trying to create, or the old thing we're trying to replace and the new thing we're building. So you might have decreased the average time to successful usage, right? How you define successful usage. Maybe you have some sort of live streaming product that exists and you want to improve it, or some sort of video product, or whatever it is. You want to make it so that people who sign up can run their first stream successfully, within, instead of taking them 3 days or 6 weeks to do, it takes them 2 hours, right? They can run their first stream within 2 hours, right? And that really is all about improving that process. So why are we doing this? It's because it's a new product idea. You've got a key metric that you think is important, and you're trying to compare the key metric in the market existing, right? Whatever is possible in the market now, which takes me a while to set these things up. You want to compare that to what you want to build, which you think is going to solve a problem, and you've got that metric to solve a problem. Or you might do things like increase the number of average signups to our sample, to our demo page, right? Or the number of people on our webinar that is doing this, right? That kind of thing is like you're testing what are the attractive features that I would be able to deliver. So if you've got a new product idea and you're struggling to set OKRs because you don't have that history of execution, that history of doing things, and so you don't know what to improve, focus on what are you trying to achieve? What does success actually look like?